Hello everybody, have a nice evening. How are you doing? It's been a little while. I've been on holidays, I've been relaxing, chilling and trying out to refresh my minds because yeah, sometimes you just need to have a moment of time for yourself and for your family, of course. I hope you had a nice holiday if you went on holiday. Let me know in the chat if everything is very crystal clear. I see on my live stream analytics that there's no video, so let me refresh it real quick. See if there's something happening. It says that the things are good and we're live, so nice to have you this evening. Just before the show, I needed to set up everything. I was like, how did I set up this? And how did I should make a video out of it just for my own documentation later on after the stream or something, because I just don't know what I did to set some things up. Also had a little bit of decor changes, as you can see. Added a nice little logo, Lego flower thingy. We built it Christmas or something, and I think it it looks nice, but it also kind of makes everything a little bit busy. Thank you, Thomas Saunders. Ooh, how do you pronounce the name? But nice to know that everything is golden. So holidays, yeah, 4 weeks of relaxation. We've been on a camping trip. But not with tents, we just hired a lodge and we stayed in there. And it was pretty nice because the kids could play outside. It was very hot, of course. Like 35 degrees Celsius is very hot in the Netherlands. So yeah, there was a little bit getting used to, but the kids were nice and they were playing with a water kind of thingy. So that was fun. And today I had my daddy day and I'm actually pretty exhausted because my eldest, she has a tough time, so yeah, glad to be on stream, and hopefully I won't fall asleep during the stream, but I think I'll manage. Yeah, a lot of things actually happened just before I stopped the streaming. I had working for 2 clients, so I had 2 website projects from my YouTube channel, so that's pretty nice actually. I can show you one, and the other one is something we will work on later this stream. Now, what I want to start off with the stream, and hopefully we'll continue doing in the next couple of streams, is start off with giving you some value or at least a piece of my mind on how I do things. Because I love to teach, I love to create videos and help you guys improve from what you're doing. And that's now building websites, I hope. I hope that's why you're here. And last week I saw this guy right here. It is Mark Szymanski. I see that the quality is very low. So let's put it a little bit higher. And in this live stream, he showed his new website and he was like, I'm absolutely not a designer. And I was like, all right, let's see what you made then. And he showed this, and I think the basics are there. It's pretty good. It's better than some of the development things that I've seen from other developers, so that's nice. And in here he has his... by the way, Mark is a YouTuber like me, but he has way more subscribers than me, and is also much more known for the live streaming kind of thing. He is talking a lot about business and about WordPress self from the technical part, and he loves doing dynamic data content. So please give him a like and subscribe if you would like to see more of his content. I always think that he provides a lot of value and insights. He also had a conversation today with Kevin Geary about WordPress and some other thing, but I don't know the first thing they were talking about. Was 28 minutes in, so after the stream I still need to watch this. But yeah, in this video he mentioned that he is absolutely not a designer, and he wanted to, if you have some design critiques he would be okay with that in doing so. And I sent him a message on X with I have some design ideas. I've been sometimes in contact with Mark and also Brendan O'Connell, and I made this design. It is a first concept, so you may burn it down because it's not pretty at all. I already see things that I would love to improve, but I want to get the basics in. And this one is a second iteration just to see what different kind of versions could look like. But I'd love to show you how I come to this. Let's see. This idea. So let's open Figma. So in this video, he's talking about he wants to sell his expertise in one place. So he knows about technical stuff. He has a agency that he is running, and he knows a lot of the agency content. And secondly, he loves talking about the dynamic data. His first priority of this website, although it may change in the future, is growing an email list, and he doesn't have a clear idea on what he would like to focus on. What I've seen from him is that he is on all kinds of live streams talking about business and WordPress tag. And this is the link to the live stream. I will open up the Figma later after the stream. I will put it in there. Let's just copy this because I want everybody to access it and put it in chat. So if you like to see this Figma file, you can just see it. It's fine. So for design principles, I thought maybe if you are absolutely not a designer, maybe a few design principles could help. So Mark, if you're watching this later after all your live streams and your busy life, I hope this can help you out as well. So here are some easy guidelines I and fellow anonymous and fellow designers use to get into design. For instance, we use a 12, 8, and 4 column grid. Why do we use that? We use that to space out and structure all the columns. I've also done this in here. So if we click on the eye, you see that there's a 12 column grid with 70 pixel spacing and 16 gaps. And this makes it very easy to create some kind of grid. If you like to, you can quickly change things up. And this makes it easy to structure and create a layout, like a 3 column grid or a 4 column grid, or even if you like to. Let's move all this down a little. I'm still getting used to Figma myself, to be honest. You can also do a 50-50 grid, or if you would like to play a little bit with space, you can do, let's see, something like this. This is what I also did on a project of mine we're going to look in later. You can just play around with the layout a little bit, and it makes it very easy to do so. Next, what we commonly use inside of web design is the 8-point or 8 pixel grid. So every spacing has at least 8 pixels. Some will even go as far as going to 4 pixels to get even the sections to be more closer than some other sections. The 8 pixel grid or 8-point grid makes it very easy to create elements that are equally sized, have equally amount of spacing, that sort of things. The structures helps a lot. If you never use it, please start using at least a grid system. This will help you create better designs overall. And as you can see, the difference between a sign in page, you have not a very clear grid or spacing, and everything is equally spaced a little bit, and this just looks very clumped up. But when you add a lot of margins, like 24 pixels to the sign in, you see that there's a hierarchy. I mean, sign in is now more prominent and more important than the rest. The 8 pixel grid makes it sure that the things that people need to fill in. Now, I don't think this is the best way to show, but the 8 pixel grid shows that these are nearby and needs to be connected. So email and password is something you need to fill in. So getting it in a smaller spacing between them is very important. Then you add a little bit more spacing for the call to action button, like login, and you have small spacing here. Here you can see that we have some kind of grouping also together. So that's also very important to have grouping of elements that are connected to each other, like email, password, and login and forget password. These fundamentals are very easy to learn, and you can find links of those documents in the Figma file that I have in here. Figma is free to use, for now at least. If they aren't free to use anymore, I will put it on my website, so I will change the link later on. Next up, what is very nice to know, and some quick guides you should use. For instance, if you have a border radius, make sure that the inner radius, the outer radius is the inner radius with the padding. So if the padding, the radius here is 5, you have a padding of 3, then the outer radius should be 8. Just a very quick calculation that you can do to make things look nice. For buttons, we usually use the horizontal spacing, for instance 8 pixels, and we do that times 1/2, 2, or 3 to get equal spacing and get more prominent button. Depending on what you like, you can add more or less spacing. I like to use the 1/2 pixel, 1/2 times the height padding variant for the horizontal one. And if you're not good with colors, I really can recommend this website, Real-Time Colors. It's from another YouTuber I love to follow. And you can just test out some kind of coloring and see how it looks, and if you need to change things up. So that's a really nice thing. And you can also see how it affects certain parts, and have a example website, which I really love. You can also change it to dashboard and blog posts. So it's a very easy and nice website to use. Will also be in a Figma file. So I hope this allows you to understand how the basics actually work. And with those in mind, I went to work to create some kind of design. And now we need a basic design system. So this is a basic design system. And what I actually did is looked at your YouTube channel, because I don't see, I was looking for a color to use. And I see that you mostly use this kind of thumbnail. I don't know if it's about from laziness or that you just like the colors. I also see you using blue and green, but this one was used the most. So what I did is scale it up and then press the circle. And for just make it myself easy, I press on the left top corner and on the right bottom corner. Now it doesn't, and there you have your color scheme, and the rest is just pulled from your YouTube channel, so that was pretty easy to do. Then I looked for inspiration, and I know about this one from Rockbase. It was for a digital creator, which you are as well, if you're watching. And I pulled some inspiration out of it. I also saw you do something similar. Let's see, where is it? Only you put your name on 2 lines. So I changed it up a little bit to have it on 1 line. And then the navigation in there. And if we can add the columns, you see that I'm using a 12 column grid to space everything out. And everything is spaced with the 8 pixel grid. Just for just an easy structure to use. Let's see, I don't know the shortcuts here, but that's the way we can do it. So what I made different from the version you had, and why, let's see. Let's bring this one to front. Where is it? Bring to front. So I wanted to simplify your heading. So instead of I like to talk about, let's talk about it. It also is a little bit inviting. So people are seeing, all right, Mark Zmensky wants to talk about WordPress. and you are inviting others to talk about it. So, and here's I don't know if this is the best copywriting, but passionate about WordPress, you're in the right place. Let's talk about technical and business sides with fresh insights. I don't know if this one is a very good connection to the next section, because you want to grow a email list to have a subscription form. So people can subscribe immediately to your newsletter. Although you said for now it's just announcing that a live stream is happening. Perhaps you can consider to change it pretty soon then, if you have some kind of form in there. And then, of course, we want to show you that you are a real person, that you do live streams. So your face needs to be on here as well. This could be the latest streamed, or this could be a snapshot, or what's it called? A video reel of all your live streams and your most important places where you showed up. And important to show your credibility that you have talking with others. For the next sections, I already had planned to add some kind of the amount of subscriptions you have, the amount of people joining during live streams. On average, you can get those metrics from YouTube, also from Twitter and LinkedIn, where you also are live streaming from. And you can put those metrics also down here to get extra credibility in there. And this was an ideation that you see you in person talking in different kind of settings with other people, and mostly right aligned, so that we can leave some space for the text. And perhaps the email field should also go there. I don't know if this works best, but I hope this gets the point across. And to play a little bit around, because I started off, and let's see, that's the wrong one. Started off just with a white page, and I thought it would be nice if we can spice it up a little bit. So I add a very big circle or ellipse, and made a gradient in there to make it a little bit more interesting to look like. So that's it. So that's my ideas behind the website on how you can at least try to improve your web design skills as well, if you would like to, and have some basic things in there. Also how I came up with the coloring and how I came up with the text that I've added throughout the website. So I hope, Mark Szymanski, if you're seeing this, that it helped you. And if it did, and would like to continue on one of those designs or whatsoever, or like to talk to me about design or WordPress, feel free to reach out. And thank you for looking at the section of the live stream. So that was a little bit of that I wanted to share. I hope that 70 minutes. Perfect. That's exactly what I wanted. Like 50 minutes about this section. Now let's see, we have thumbs in here. It is that is wild. I have never accessed someone's Figma file while they were accessing it. Nice. I've had that with what's it called? UIChemy. UIChemy also is a very nice tool, if you ask me. Let's see. UIChemy. And they had a documentation on how to export your Figma file to Elementor or whatsoever. And they were, let me show you the screen. And they also, look here, they also have some kind of ellipse. I love this kind of designs, centered and... but they have a documentation where they show how it works. Because it needs to be... you need to know certain things before you can use it. Let's see, showcase templates. Perhaps they have removed it. I don't know. But they explained how you should use it. And then I also saw a arrow of the person making it and doing some edits in there. That was very fun to see. free with certain limitation. Hopefully Adobe will leave a decent amount of features for free. I don't know if you know, but we don't have IF. Yeah. So my touch portal didn't show what the what OBS is showing, but now it works fine again. So you were saying free within certain limits. Hopefully Adobe will leave a decent amount of features free. Figma isn't bought by Adobe. It's not part of Adobe. It's now a company on its own. So I don't think you need to worry about that. That somebody will take away everything that's free right now. But I do agree that it's free for now. And they do need to work on getting finances in. So I can see some restrictions coming to the free version, but when you pay, you will get a massive benefit of using all the tools they have available. And I think the difference between free and the paid version will grow immensely, will grow and very different. And Thomas, I don't know if you noticed, but I'm using the version 3 of the Figma UI. This is how it looks. So your toolbar is down here. And your layer panel is now loose, and on the right hand side as well, your settings or your what's called panel. And here you have your plugins and your marquee and your pen tools and your dev mode button. They're all now underneath here. I have to say, for me, it doesn't matter really that much. What tool I'm using and where they place everything, because I need to just find everything. Ooh, there are 5 people watching. Hello, 5 people across the internet. How lovely for you to join. But yeah, that's Figma file. Oh, I didn't share my screen again. Please tell me when I'm not doing it. And hello, another anonymous. There are 4 people in here. Woohoo! Exciting. Would be nice to do a live design kind of thing. But this is version 3, as I explained earlier. And here we have the toolbar. I do love Figma way more than Adobe XD right now. And the reason being is because of variables. Oh man, that opens up a lot of things. Now I'm not using it in this system and local styles and all those sort of things. I need to explore them more, but it makes it very easy to create websites and be consistent across. So that's a very nice thing we need to do and need to be wary of. But yeah, that was the first part. I don't know if anybody has some kind of question. If you do, please ask. Or if you have remarks on the design, leave a comment down below, or just email me and say, hey Lex, this was good, or just roast it and say this was rubbish. I don't know what you're thinking. You're a designer or something. I do think I'm a little bit of a designer. So yeah, that's it. Follow Mark Szymanski. He's a great guy, young guy, but has a lot of amazing stuff. Like here he's talking to Brendan O'Connell about APIs and extending WordPress, so that's nice. I know that there's a live stream about it tomorrow as well on how to integrate some certain APIs. So I'm very curious what they will do tomorrow. I mean Thursday. I'm sorry. Yeah, and that's basically it for this section. So for the next section, I wanted to show for the website that I was working on, and this one you have seen me working on and off on the live streams with the job opportunities. So this was built in Bricks. I must say I really love how Bricks is and how it is integrated. Now this is the first version of design, the first phase of design, and I know that there's a lot of things that can be improved. But yeah, this is a finished product. Oh no, what happened here? No, this isn't good. I think he changed things, so we need to tap him on the back and say, this is not really a good design. We support operational. No, this is too much. This isn't why people are coming from. For flexible. All right, we need to next week's Monday. I have a talk with the owner of this website, so let's see if we can make things a little bit better. I do like how the design of the job opportunity is right now, so I'm very happy with that, and yeah, I'd love to continue on version 2, at least for the design. I've already been working on it. Let's see. So these are some design ideas: getting a simple call to action, the header on the front page, and then have your job opportunities or like this, or in a scroll effect, or needs a staircase with steps because it's the next step in your career. But yeah, just exploring the hero section on the homepage. And here are some social media posts that I've worked on and that I'm planning on doing. So if you like that, follow me on the other socials at @TaggyReviews on all the socials, so you can easily find me. So that's something I love to share on what's happening just before the holidays. It was amazing to work on this website and to try to get a grips of using bricks together with Brixies. So it was a very nice experience, I have to say. So we'll experiment more with this tool in the future. But now let's go to the other thing that I was working on, and we're going to continue on working. And it's this website right here. It's from someone who found me through YouTube as well, and he wanted to collaborate. And I love to indulge, of course, because I love playing and trying to make some design and some changes. So I love to show how the progress went. He shared some kind of wireframe, setting up with simple words what needs to be in there. I will check the rest of the stream later. I have to bow out. All right. Thank you for joining, Thomas. And we tried several things, and I did some research on the ideal homepage and what needs to be in there. I need to make a video about that one as well. And here's some design iterations on how we could show something and how it will look and feel and what would happen. What if we do it in a different way or a different text? These are some examples of websites that he has shared with me, and this is his own website right now. It's using Blocksy and Greenshift. So I think the design is pretty nice. It's using a template, but yeah, doesn't really matter that much if you ask me. And we went through several iterations on how it should work and how it should look, and here are some design ideas and page layouts. And then we ended up with this section right here. No, this is about 2 weeks worth of time to get to this point. Not 8 hours a day, of course, but just a few hours a day. And this is what we're going to design today in Greenshift. So let's open up Greenshift. I've installed Blocksy already, and let's see. And this is where we are right now. So we have Grow Your Business Guaranteed, and we're going to change some things. Now, I also love to add a little bit of music. Let's change the music to something that I can use during stream. So I have to cut this out at 28. Damn it. 28 minutes and 70 minutes change. 1 minute was intro mark. So this is more of a chilled out section that we're going to recreate the homepage that we see here on the right side. Now it doesn't have to look exactly right, but about right. This is already strange. I tried to set it up with using classes. These images are now with an absolute position of percentage. Let's see. We put it in logo styles and then position. They're absolute and they are REMs. Now I don't think REMs are the best way of doing this because you need to have, I guess, a view height or view width to keep them as somewhat in place. So let's change that up real quick. Let's see. -1 view width. 2 -1 is just outside of the view width. It should be view height, not view width. And here we have view width. We want it from the left hand side because as you can see in the design, it's a little bit orientated to the left. So let's enter something like 20. This should fix a problem. Yeah, that's better. Now we do need to replace certain things on mobile, so maybe one part will be outside of this and one part will be inside, because as you can see now you can't read or see anything, so we need to fix it later. And what I always love to do actually is just starting out building on desktop and then later progressively make it better on mobile. So view width. Let's also zoom in a little. Right, this gets bad really quickly. But that shows you the importance of having the right. These sections are bad as well. Setting the right values. Let's see. So this was a view width of like 10 and a view height, and here we set a view width of. So we have our floating macrons, which is a design decision. He likes to use macrons everywhere. I asked him, you work with customers or whatsoever, do you give them macrons? And he said, not yet, but perhaps in the future. So that will be something to look forward for. I see that doing this on stream will make it a little bit tough later on. But it's that's something I can fix without issue. So this section actually just looks good enough. We want to play around a little bit with the some kind of animation in there. Let's see, advanced, so that it scrolls upwards slower than the text. That would be nice. So let's see, it will be a regular and it will be on scroll and 2 direction. set this interpolate on 1. And then we shift X, shift Y. Now it doesn't seem like it does do anything. Do we need to add some more containers in here? So let's add a section tag. Now I don't see this moving at all, so I'm wondering what's happening actually. G, select animation. Do I misunderstand how this works, or set this to top center? Doesn't look like it's doing anything. Let's look at the preview. And the section tag, let's make it a little bit bigger. Perhaps that will help. This is a little bit of debugging because I haven't done anything for a long time, as you can imagine. So it's looking into how this works again, and it's actually a little bit of fun. 100 viewer height. Let's save it one. Refresh. Now it doesn't look like this is doing anything to the macron we're using, so we would like to animate that it moves up just a tiny bit. But now it moves up instantly. We don't want it to be instantly, we only want that to happen on scroll. So why is this what's happening here? Hide before animation. No. I don't need any custom options. I didn't need it to clip. Do we need to use translate? I can't imagine. Do we need to add a delay? 0 milliseconds. Duration. Top center. Lots 300. Related trigger actions. Play only once. And trigger. The rest all seems fine. I think animations is something I will look at after the live stream because it doesn't work right now. It's also detail work, so let's get the next section in. I will put this on the other screen so I can see it always. If you like to see it, just send me a message and I will show you. Let's add another tag in here. Div container needs to go into the section tag, and this is, we can rename it now, so that's nice. This is the hero section. This is our tab section. As you can see, here are some kind of tabs, and we're be able to scroll through them. So let's duplicate this one, put this one in there, and in there we would like to have some kind of text. For instance, new customers. This container needs to have a local style. Can also make it not local. So let's call it tabs. Tab dash nav dash nav. We will add it as a global class. Add. And this one will have this style for now. It will change later, I guess, as well, because I think design can be better. But for now, let's add a nice class. The text will be the dark color. The background. I missed my quick options in here. Where's my background options? Why is that different from our text or a paragraph in the first one? I think I've enabled something that I don't see it immediately. Alright, let's just continue then. This needs to be a paragraph. Tab nav. The background will be the darker, the lighter shade of blue. And we'll add a border as well. I guess it's this one. Yeah. Something like this. A border of 1. Radius of 2 rams. 0.5. Smaller. 0.2. 0.1. See, I'm already not doing what I said in the start of the stream. But the rest will be using the 8 pixel or 1/2 rem in point grid. So that will be fine. And let's see. This is still amazingly annoying that you can't copy and paste your information in there. I also don't understand why a border adds such amount of spacing as well. So we don't want any border. Look at the amount of spacing there. That's insane. REM, I set you to EM. Didn't know, didn't I? I guess I did. 0.5 for vertical. And as you can see, I will put left and right to 1. Why is this so big? The font size isn't that big. The spacing to the top and bottom is much more than left and right. Did I set it up incorrectly? Spacing. But this doesn't make sense. What's happening here? This because of the paragraph instead of using the Greenshift paragraph. Paragraph. It has the same issue. Why? Is this a Bloxy thing? Do I need to reset it? For this one? So instead of paragraph, we set it as a span or something? Yeah. Next fixes it. Oh, that's mildly annoying. And let's duplicate those pans a few times. Yeah, we can also just remove this one and add after. No, I wanted to have be there inside there. Yeah, that's fine. No, not a span. Let's keep it as is. New customer. What happened? Where's my styling? Why is this now classic? There we go. Let's duplicate those. I guess I didn't do it correctly. Now you can issue that the div container isn't actually needed, but let's keep them in for now. We can also always change it up. Let's do flex like that one. That's good. I do want to align to center and have some kind of column gap on rem. Yeah, that should be fine. Change the names. My customer customer value and stronger brand. So there we go. Now we can change this a little bit as well. Doesn't need to be full size, so we can make it we can just change the filing in this one section instead of using a class, because I don't believe we're going to use this one anywhere else, but to be certain we can just create it. Tab, just to be consistent. Now it's classic. No, I don't want to be classic. Would be nice that this is automatically global, I guess, or that there's some way that it can be set. I believe most people would use it like that. And the width, here we go. I like the design upgrade for the panel at least. Let's change the width to something custom. And if you didn't know already, you have some kind of arrow below here that you can press and you can type in anything you would like to. So for instance, we would like to fit content in this case. And that means that the div container will fit the size of the content. So if the content is wider, it will become wider. If it's smaller, it becomes smaller. We do need to save this. And let's add some spacing, left, right, and auto. And I would like to have a small heading on here as well. 0.2. Yes, that needs to be 0.5 at least. That looks a little bit better. Because of this spacing being 1, I think those have to be 1 as well. Then we can change the border radius to be something like 5 pixels. It needs to be smaller. Then we need to take a look at the spacing between here, and this one needs to be smaller. I think the overall spacing is a little bit too much. Luckily we can change that real quick. Let's just put it in 0.5. If you do it 2 times, it doesn't look as nice. So what counts for buttons doesn't always count also for other elements, like this one. 0.5, and we'll do the div container. We'll change the gap. It's not the size. Should be this one, right? But oh yeah, it's not in here. So let's reset. Would be nice if you can merge the local styles to your class. Rex has it, so at least with advanced themer installed. And that's 32.5. Yeah, it looks way more balanced. I do think the spacing between those is a little bit tough, a little bit high, so we can change that in here. And that's the nice thing, right? 0.2. Now, as I said earlier, you want to use an 8-point grid, but you can also use other things depending on what your specific needs are. And in this case, I just think this just looks a little bit more nice. We can up. So it's more of a guideline, actually. Pirates of the Caribbean, I don't know if you know it, but that was a quote from that version. Save this. So now we have our first section in there. And I think the blue version should be the active, but we can change that later. Let's now add our next section. And that will be also a section / section. Let's reset this one. And now we are going to recreate a bento grid. So that can be easily done, right? We just add after. Like to use the thesis grid. Does that mean that it doesn't show up at all? That will be bad. Section, row section icon. Wait, where's my CSS grid of containers? What? What? What happened? Visual Builder. Where's the CSS grid of containers? I want to create this bento grid. I don't want to use flex. Did I miss something? Do I need to change a setting? Show. Oh, we just show the party buff for both of them. Attempt to block record. Damn it. Did I just lose my header? And what happens here? Why is my styling suddenly gone? Save. Do we have our... What? Why does this toggle, this one right here, allow me to show or hide the CSS grid of containers? That shouldn't be the case. CSS grid of containers. So I need 1, 2, 3, 4. And I want a grid. This is one of the things I love from how Greenshift has done this. It looks a lot of like the advanced themer. And I could imagine they have looked into that and said, well, we need to add that as well. 16 pixels. Oh, a little bit too much. And there we have our layout. Now it's exactly the same as the one from the Figma file. You can see here's the full one and a little bit of sections. Heading. Should be in H2. Turn new customers to the first. Right. It looks like text blocks. I was almost afraid that everything was gone, but luckily it's recovered. Ambassadors, and let's add a paragraph in there as well. And let's add a button. I think we need to use the advanced buttons. We can color our section as well. So this will be BG gray light and global class. And we set it to light gray. This looks beautiful. This is white. And that's it, save. It's starting to rain. Let's add a little border. That looks nice. This is just grid of containers we can add in this section as well. A little bit of margin or padding. Let's add a padding of 0.5 all around. This translates to 8 pixels, so that's nice. Bronze. And let's add another H2. 3 local customers. Oh yeah, those needs to be switched around. And we can do that in here, but we can't do that in here. So more to there we go. The ease of grid. A dash paragraph tag. There we go. And we add in this little oh, damn it, of text in Figma. H2 heading and social media ads. There will be an image text as well, so paragraph. Two. Now there's already the definitive text is available, and I will add that later on. But that's not of concern for now. paragraph. We add also a norm text. And now we want this one, and which is visually the last one, but in the HTML it needs to be the first one because it's the most important section. We need to change the coloring. There we have our background colors. We can set it to some kind of, we can change that later. And I put it in a local one. I need to set it in the class, so we will be using BG primary global class, and this will be the primary color of the background. It's kind of like an orange or yellow. And we need to add a border as well. So in here we add a border. And the border should be the outer border, which is half, if I remember correctly. Border. It's on the section. I see. Radius is 5 pixel. The padding is 8 pixel. That will mean a minus? What? Let's put it, let's make it easier on ourselves, right? Background primary. This isn't background primary. Can change the name class. So section. No, I don't know what to call this. Let's keep it as is. What's happening? Not again. It suddenly switches. I hate this. I hate this kind of things happening. Let's keep this as is. And let's add a little bit of spacing, like 0.5 rem 5. Maybe left and right can also be a little bit more spacing. This looks more balanced. See, grid secondary. I think that is a better name. And this is a grid primary. And for grid secondary, we'll add a nice color border. Actually, almost everything that is in here can be copy, paste, design types, texture and style. One. This needs to be a half rem. 1, half, 1. Let's turn this a little bit lighter gray. will be fine for the grid secondary. So we can add those in here as well. Why isn't it available? Do I need to save it again? I guess they are not available yet. Well, let's save and refresh. Let's see what's happening. There we have our grid secondary. Suddenly our colors are a little bit lost. And there we have our bento grid. Nice. It's something. I'm not saying this is perfect. And the yellow color isn't even added, and the other class, the class this one, isn't showing. So let's save it again. There we go. Now it's in there. And let's duplicate this a few times, because we need 3 of those versions. What I don't understand is that one is it there, but here it looks different. See, the absolute positioning isn't happening on, I guess, my div container line full. And we need to force relative. We add a class, and this will get a relative position. Position of relative, and we hit save. Now everything should stay nicely inside the block. There we go. That's better. We can't change the design up, but at least the fundamentals are in there. And we wanted to switch up the grid for each section. So this is rename grid service 1, grid service 2, grid service 3. It's just renaming, so it's not adding any classes when you change things here, but it keeps things nice. What you also like to do is the tabs. Let's see, call that one tab. Can we add post tick? So this will get a position of sticky, and then something like 10 pixels. Save. Let's save that one. Refresh, and let's scroll down. It doesn't stick. Do we need to add another? Also relative, and this one has a post sticky. Post sticky Z index 10. It needs to have a top of 10, not a C index. Let's put it on top 0.5 RAM. That's 8 pixels from the top, and let's save it. Now it's on there, but it needs to be have a Z index of 10. That it needs to be on top of everything, and the sticky needs to also change a little bit. So look at that. That's already better. Now only want the section to stick when these 3 are in there. So we need to combine those 3. And we just... No, I don't want to group. I also don't want to transform. I just want to wrap. That's it's nice. Things that you're all used to when working with something like bricks. By the way, the sound over here on the windows is getting nuts. I don't know if you guys hear it, but it's actually pretty loud. Let's refresh. And there we go. A nice sticky, and the pentagrids are in there. And now we just have to change, adjust a little bit how these sections work, because they are a lot stuck together. And just flex downwards. Line items. Line content. No, there's... let's see. How do we want to do this? I want the spacing between them to be equal. We can use... we need to use... Yeah, we need to use some margins. We need to rename this with one as well. Grid section. And for this, we want to add a margin of 2 rem to the bottom. Save. This one needs to change to grid. We need to add the classes in there as well. Grid section. Grid section. Hit save. And there we have our bender grids in. And as I was looking at the time, I think that's it for now. We have at least the overall look and feel of the bender grid in there. And yeah, that's actually nice. So next time, let's also try to animate the first section. But I don't know why it didn't work, so we need to find out. However, I hope that you liked this live stream. And if you did, leave a comment and subscribe if you would like to see more live streams. And see you guys next week, and let's see what we can do in the first 15 minutes. If you have some ideas that I should cover, leave them in the comments down below, because I like to provide any kind of value I can, and prepare a little bit beforehand. So thank you for watching. See you guys next time, and keep designing. Now I have to awkwardly press end broadcast. Let's see. Beep.